It's Wednesday, and we're always glad to have you. And just a quick reminder, it could be a really good Wednesday for someone, and every day thereafter, for that matter. The Powerball, I noticed just a few moments ago, jumped up to $430 million, may even climb again before the jackpot is drawn for tonight. And of course, last week we saw for the first time in history both that and the Mega Millions over the 300 million mark together. Somebody got lucky, won that. Powerball is still rolling on, and it's up for grabs again. There was one Kentuckian that won $50,000, I think, during the last drawing after getting four numbers right and the Powerball, I believe it was. And hey, 50 grand, 50 grand. Any way you look at it. Drawing is tonight, I think 9:55, so you want to get your ticket before then. Thank you for being here and being a part of the program. A lot to cover tonight. We'll dive right in just a few moments. We'll hear from the superintendent and McGoffin County High School principal during last night's McGoffin County Board of Education meeting. You may have well heard by now the changes they've made to the schedule for classes for the solar eclipse event this coming Monday, but we'll tell you why and give you all the information and some other details about from the meeting. And we'll talk with head coach Justin Combs about his Hornets. Oh, it's going to be a bright year for Hornet football. I've been being told that now for weeks, and we'll let him explain it a little more in just a few seconds before the season opener this Friday night here at home. A few other reports that we will cover that all have a local or area tie, and one deals with a Hawaii helicopter crash, a young man from Johnson County, and also a woman now lodged in the Johnson County jail facing terroristic threatening in the first degree charges. So all that and more. Weather-wise, we're still on par, I do believe, for some pretty nice weather for our major events that I spoke of last night. Friday night football, Saturday's Community Day, and the eclipse. But those timelines have been tweaked just a bit. We'll talk about the cold front that's giving us shower chances and much more weather-wise in just a few moments. We'll go ahead and begin right now with our first of three reports from around the region and elsewhere or that have a tie to us. We'll begin with that the furthest from us. It actually originates in Hawaii, where crews with the Coast Guard and other divisions of our military are searching at this hour still for 5 members of a downed Army helicopter that went down just before midnight last night during a training exercise or session in which 2 Black Hawks were taking part. As far as we understand, the one that went down may have very well had on board among those 5 an Eastern Kentucky woman. So far, Fox News and other major outlets are reporting that they have found some parts of the fuselage. They've also found a helmet of one of the crew members. The scene of the crash was about 2 miles off Oahu's Kaina Point. Training was taking place late last night when one of the crew lost contact with the other, and also officials at the Wheeler Army Airfield also reported losing communications with one of the UH-60 Black Hawks at the same time, and since they have been conducting a search and recovery mission in that area. After the 2 crews were conducting training there late last night, which is customary for this part of Hawaii or the surrounding area and for these crews. The UH-60s were said to have been among the 25th Combat Aviation Brigade, and so far confirmed through family in the region, one of those crew members was said to be a Fleming Neon High School graduate from Jenkins, Abigail Malam, who was said to have been a helicopter repairer, according to her own Facebook page, with the U.S. Army. That's all we know at this hour. Moving on, now lodged in an Eastern Kentucky jail, the woman who was arrested after a series of bomb threats were phoned in relating to the schools and another facility building in West Liberty last week. Yes, it was just this past Thursday that state police at Post 8 in Moorhead were notified about 2 specific bomb threats, when an unknown person at that time had reportedly forwarded 2 bomb threats about explosive devices that had been placed not just in the Justice Center in West Liberty of Morgan County, but also in the Morgan County school system, at least in the Morgan County High School, from what we know from the original complaint. Now, authorities quickly responded and did a thorough search of all those grounds in all schools and found nothing to that effect. However, an investigation quickly ensued, and police in West Virginia very quickly arrested a 23-year-old Brittany A. Fletcher, seen here. Now, she was initially lodged in the Wayne County, West Virginia Detention Center and charged with terroristic threatening in the first degree, 2 counts for each bomb threat. The incident remains under investigation, and Fletcher now remains in jail in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, where she has been brought to answer the charges out of West Liberty, still facing those original 2 counts of terroristic threatening in the first. This next report also pertains to Johnson County, but in a much different manner. Some sincere congratulations going out to a former graduate of Johnson Central High School who is now on to even bigger and brighter things after being chosen to be the recipient of a full scholarship to pursue a civil engineering degree at the University of Kentucky. According to a press release from the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, Jacob Colvin of Johnson County has been indeed chosen to be the recipient of a more than $51,000 full ride to pursue a civil engineering degree at UK. Colvin has put forth great effort and was selected based not just on his desire to be an engineer, but also on his outstanding academics and ACT score. The scholarship is awarded by the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet for a bachelor's in science and engineering. Jacob is one of about 1,800 students thus far to be distinguished as such since the program began back in 1948. He graduated Central last year, and he's seen here by the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet Chief of Staff, Asa Swan, to the left, and State Highway Engineer Patty Dunaway to the right. Congratulations. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. Much more than diesel specialist, Black Smoke Performance is turning out excellent auto body collision paint and repair results with free quotes and estimates on everything from insurance jobs to that ding you got in the driveway, custom lift kits, bed liners, winches and accessories, and full diagnostics and repair on anything gas or diesel, from brakes to fluid changes to major auto repair. If you want it fixed, lifted, painted, customized, or just maintained, just call on the team at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville, 100 May Drive, or 349-8785. Yes, that's a 68 with an awesome 302, an updated 5-speed, over $6,000 in just recent restoration receipts, all with only about 70,000 miles. It's only at Broadway Auto Sales in Paintsville. And this 07 Expedition Eddie Bauer, and this 2011 Nissan Altima, and this super sporty 07 Colorado are all drastically cut to sell quick. Come check them out at Broadway Auto Sales in Paintsville. Yes, Logan makes the best truck bodies on the market, and they also have a fully stocked warehouse of dump body parts, PTOs, hydraulic pumps, hoists, anything you need to get back on the road. And they are a full-service steel and aluminum service center. They keep I-beam, channel, angle, pipe, round rod, rebar, expanded metal, sheet metal, and aluminum all in stock. And if you've got a big project, they do commercial manufacturing to your specs. Logan, since 1904. Wanting you to have a healthier life means providing access to quality, affordable health care. And to do exactly that, Hope Family Medical Center offers full dental care with Dr. Pratt and his team, a pediatrician team of 3 doctors and nurses and moms, complete health care by family physician Dr. Kelly Pratt and nurse practitioners Mildred Sizemore, Gail Faria, Shannon Conley, and Heather Blair. Behavioral health services with Kimberly Davis, with in-house lab testing and results, in-house x-ray and pharmacy, and all the caring, knowledge, and experience that these medical professionals represent
at Hope Family Medical Center.
The weather is going to be great, and so is all of the food, fun, games, prizes, and entertainment this Saturday at the 14th Annual Magoffin County Community Day, where we've got Rhonda, Vincent, and The Rage, and all these other great shows, and that $10 ticket that gets you in also gets you a chance to win a car. Kids 12 and under, they get in free, so bring your lawn chair and bring the family to Community Day this Saturday in the Ramey Park.
Hi, I'm Attorney Jeff Lovely. At my law office, we're determined to offer you and your family outstanding, cost-effective, and responsive legal services. I can help you if you've been injured in a car wreck. I'll be in your corner if you have a DUI or other criminal charges. You can file bankruptcy and stop those harassing phone calls, or I'll fight for you and your children in divorce and custody cases. For all your legal services, contact me when it matters. In Syersville at 349-4522 and West Liberty at 743-1965.
We'll go to coverage right now of last night's Magoffin County Board of Education meeting. A lot discussed, and we'll cover a lot of that in brief tonight, with the most coverage of the last night's meeting centered around the discussion about what to do for Monday's solar eclipse in lieu of several events or things that have transpired since their original plans to hold classes throughout the district and provide all students with safe, free solar eclipse viewing glasses. You may recall the interview that I did with Superintendent of Schools Scott Helton on the first day of school last week, and at that time, the only real concern they had was enrollment numbers being down that first day, and for the next couple. Numbers which the Director of Pupil Personnel, Terry Watson, informed the board last night were up after the completion of the first 5 days of school. The school had projected a total of 2,008 students district-wide, and all schools were close to, at, or slightly above their projections, except for the Magoffin County High School, having about 585 students with a projected 618. However, Watson cautioned that there are still some students just coming in and that they're working very hard to get a hard number as to how many there will be at the Magoffin County High School, hoping that number will continue to climb. In some other discussion, there was brief mention of the minor school bus accident that I covered on Friday and Monday. A reminder that many of the kids will be performing with the ECHO program at the Community Day Festival this Saturday. They'll have 2 stationed at each booth to help, and the Community Day Foundation is giving them 2 hours to perform a lot of music and their talents. And then they spoke at length about concerns with students and the solar eclipse on Monday, with plans up until last night being to keep school in full session, and for each school, as I've told you on a couple of occasions, to purchase, as they did, each student a pair of solar eclipse viewing glasses. However, that plan has since changed for a couple of reasons, mostly due to the fact that glasses, at least at the high school, if not at other schools, they later determined couldn't be verified as safe for students to use.
Try to explain to you why I had to put it on the agenda. Last week, we were discussing what to do about the eclipse. And Mr. Meadows and I and the other principals, we had sat down and talked about purchasing glasses for them to be able to view the eclipse. And Mr. Meadows had already purchased from, was it Amazon or Google?
I ordered from Amazon before school started.
Before school started.
Hype came.
And he had received these glasses in, and then the other principals went ahead, and some of them bought from different companies, some of them bought from Amazon as well. I came into his office Monday, just a normal check like I normally do. I go to the school, it's pretty regular, and yesterday, and he informed me that he had received an email, and I actually read the email from the company. And in the company it stated, you go ahead.
I received it Saturday morning from Amazon that they could not verify that what they had sold us were actual legitimate glasses for that type of viewing. And their recommendation was not to use them, not to return them, and they would credit the school for the money that we'd spent.
Based on that information and the time frame that we're in, and the likelihood that some of these other glasses may not be suitable, I've got a statement that I want to send out, but in my opinion, the children's safety comes first. I'd like to have a day of school, and I'd like for them to be in here so we can do But my thing is, we're gonna teach about it, and we're gonna plan on it, and we're gonna show things and work right up to that date. But as far as the safety of our children and think, to me, that's more important than anything else. And not that we can't provide them safety, but if I have a question about any equipment that's not gonna be suitable for our children to use, then I choose to go with the safe side.
The glasses had the certified and required ISO rating and other correct markings, and also appeared to be, when looking through them, safe enough to use, but without knowing for sure and 100%, of course, the school system was not willing to take a chance, and therefore continued to discuss their option, first taking off half a day and then deciding that with attendance levels possibly going to be down just for that half day, that they would call off the entire day of school on Monday. They are issuing a statement. They are also issuing a one call to advise parents. Also in that one call will be some safety tips for parents and families to use if they are going to view the eclipse at home or wherever they are during Monday's event. And they will actually switch Monday on the school calendar with February the 19th, a day that the school was going to be out in honor of President's Day. From there, some discussion and approval of bail schedules, evacuation plans, and bullying policies throughout the school district, none of those changing from the last year. Board member Jesse Rudd asked if the breakfast and lunch menus had been put onto the district's or school's website, with Superintendent Helton saying that he'd already directed food service coordinator Andrew Oliver to do so, and that it should be online soon. And when questioned, all the principals who were in attendance stated that a lesser restriction on the sodium content had improved the menu items for breakfast and lunches, and that they'd had no complaints thus far. And one of the last discussions to be held centered around the idea of establishing some official guidelines for anyone in the audience who would wish to address the board, giving them an allotted amount of time to do so in the future, to which they will bring a plan back before the board during the next meeting to do so. And then they adjourned. In their official statement that was released earlier today, it says the McGoffin County School Board members and administrators, of course, decided in the interest of student safety, as you just heard, to dismiss classes in full on Monday at a time when it would be impossible to keep all the eyes on all of the students from looking at the harmful rays of the eclipse, as you heard. That was their decision. They do say, however, in the statement that those students will not be at school when the eclipse takes place. Teachers, parents, and students are encouraged to learn more between now and then about the unique event, which last occurred, of course, 99 years ago, by researching and discovering lesson plans that will help them understand and learn about the historic and scientific implications of the solar eclipse. So now, my plans were actually to go to the high school and hopefully alongside Andrew and his class to view the eclipse. Now, I'm not quite so certain where I'll be viewing from, so I think everyone's plans have changed, or certainly a great deal of us. The McGoffin County school system is not the only one to have to make this decision, largely based on getting glasses that they can't validate. Fake glasses have been going around the internet for weeks now, months even leading up to this. The McGoffin County School District, of course, had purchased, if they had purchased one for every student, a little more than 2,000. Floyd County had purchased, for example, about 7,000 glasses, which they too are no longer going to be able to use because they too got a similar message. So far, canceling classes for the entire Monday are Breathitt and Jenkins and Letcher County schools, Martin and McGoffin and Perry. So far right now, dismissing early are Floyd and Johnson and Paintsville and Pike, and a lot of other schools are having to think very hard about what they're going to do in light of all these recent events. Your community calendar is next. I don't have it typed in, but I've got several announcements. But I do have one screen ready, and it's a birthday wish. Shauna, all the kids, all the family, all the friends. Happy 33rd birthday to Jason Reisner. So coming back to some community calendar announcements, I got an alert from a viewer, just had this note forwarded to me on my desk, try to learn more, but I do have a viewer who says that they are aware of a recent scam where they were called asking to switch their credit card to get a new and lower interest rate, but the call came from a 349, a local number. When they called back, however, it said it was disconnected, so I'll try to find out more. For now, beware. And a free community event has been set for later on in September. I'll remind you, but let me put it out there now. The Apostles Closet is having a new and gently used clothing, toy, shoe, and small household item event. And I'll find out more. This is actually a free community event, I can tell you that. and it's going to be at the Sagersville Fire Department. And it's not until September the 23rd. I thought it was August the 23rd, so I should proofread a little closer. I'll find out more. We'll be reminding you. A reminder that I can be sure about tonight, the Heritage Day Baby and Children's Pageant sign-ups start this Friday, 4 to 6, at the, of course, Magafa County Historical Society. They'll have another round on next Thursday, 4 to 6, at the same location, and then on the 28th, 4 to 6, at the Historical Society. It's a $20 fee per entry. And there's going to be a traveling Magafa County Extension Council meeting Monday the 21st at 6 o'clock. That's going to be at the old Royalton School Building in addition to their regular business. They're going to be sharing developments of the Royalton Trail Town. Richard Green from the Licking River Baptist Church and the Koinonia Center will be talking about activities that they've been doing as well. And of course, they were featured here in a special report that I aired earlier this week in regards to that hackathon at the Case Center. With that said, I do go on to one last announcement with a few obituaries, one updated and one just coming in to the newsroom. Services have now been set in their entirety for 69-year-old Betty Rudd Marshall of Royalton Road, who passed away on yesterday's date. She's survived by her husband Gary and also son Chad Marshall. Visitation actually began this evening. It will continue, though, all day tomorrow and up until services that have now been set for Friday morning at 11, all from the Magafa County Funeral Home. I'm told that burial will follow at the Rigsby Cemetery at Beetree. Once again, the passing of 69-year-old Betty Rudd Marshall of Royalton Road, with services to be held Friday morning at 11. I've also been told of the passing of 65-year-old Mark Gibson of West Liberty, who passed away on today's date. Arrangements are still incomplete but being made at this hour and to be announced soon by the Magafa County Funeral Home.
We are all human. Because we're not perfect, we tend to make mistakes. Unfortunately, some mistakes are severe and carry more consequences than others. If you have been hurt in a car wreck, a truck wreck, or because of someone's mistake, reckless or careless behavior, you deserve help with your medical expenses, lost wages, and serious permanent pain and injuries that you have been made to suffer and will continue to suffer for the rest of your life. If you have been injured, I can help. I'm attorney Don Wayne McFarland. Call me and let me go to work for you. 349-9000.
August is hot, and so are the savings at Appalachian Wireless, where all smartphones are 50% off. The 64-gig Galaxy S8, normally $149.99, now $74.99. Sizzle! The GS8 Plus, normally $249.99, now $124.99. Scorchin'! Even the 64, 128, and 256-gig models, all 50% off. Volcanic! 50% off all smartphones while supplies last. 2-year agreement required. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless, an East Kentucky network company.
Here's a new list of specials at Gateway. This Chevy Intervan runs great, cold AC, $49.90. This 2015 Commander 500 Camel ATV just traded for 72 miles. As new, save thousands. And a pair of RAV4s. This 2010 all-wheel drive, excellent price and payment. And this 05 RAV4 all-wheel drive, $5,900 or best offer. This 06 Crew Cab is a 4x4 and thousands below book at just $10,900. And most payments under $200 a month at Gateway Motors in Sagersville. The only difference in these washers and mowers from new is the incredible low price. And the same goes for tools, electronics, jewelry, games, and more at Parkway Gun and Pawn, where they buy and sell gold and silver and loan cash every day on just about anything worth $1. Stop by on Parkway Drive or call 349-PAWN. To anyone else, it might just be Thursday, but around here, it's Dipper Day at your Sagersville Lee's, where a plate full of big white chunks of crispy chicken, 2 homemade sides, and a big buttery biscuit is only $4.99, and only $4.29 after 4 o'clock. So for lunch, a night free from the kitchen, or to cater your next big family or business gathering, call your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe. We're going to talk football tonight. We're going to watch football Friday night with some highlights for you next week. So unless you were able to take in last Friday night's scrimmage, which I wasn't, like me, you're still going to have to wait until this Friday's season opener, because when I went up to talk to head coach Justin Combs earlier today, his team was just taking to the field and just starting to warm up. So I don't have any contact for you or anything to show you. But I do have a lot for you to hear, as did I, as to what I have been hearing now for weeks, that this is a very big and a very excited group of football players. But I did learn today just exactly what a difference a year has made. In the past year, Combs says that the team's chemistry has greatly improved and that returning athletes are more accustomed to how and what the coaches expect of them, with the biggest difference most definitely being in the numbers of athletes that are coming out to play ball and the interest that has spurred. What kind of numbers did you have last year?
We had, I think, 17 or 18 kids there the first part of practice. I think we ended up getting 30 maybe next 2 weeks after that. Right now we're at 48. I'll probably gain 2 more today. So.
What's got them so interested in anything?
I think the scheduling, the freshman schedule, JV schedule. A lot of kids are getting to play. As a freshman, you don't want to be the tackling dummy. You want to actually get in some games and play a little bit. And I think having those schedules helped a lot. It's going to be really exciting. We can spread the football to anybody. We have 4 guys out wide we can throw it to. We have 2 good running backs. The good thing is we have 8 guys that play one way on defense. With the other 3 guys, they go both ways. But 8 guys will be coming on the field in defense. That's helped us a whole lot. We'll run the football. We run it hard. And we have a deep threat, 2 deep threats actually, Brady Whitaker and Logan Lovely. They can really stretch a field for us. Our defense will be fun to watch too. They're feisty. They're not real big, but they get after you. We have a whole lot of speed on defense, and they're fun to watch. Their effort is amazing. Our defensive effort's amazing. Special teams even. They get excited getting out there at special teams. So I think it's going to be exciting Friday night.
The Hornets host East Carter this Friday night. East Carter's big up front. They're strong. They run the ball hard. But Combs says his team is ready. We look forward to an exciting season of Hornet football starting this Friday night. Parkway Pharmacy, now open earlier from 8 a.m. until 6 in the evening to better suit your schedule and lifestyle, and to help you get better and live a healthier life. And if allergies are bogging you down, they're armed with the very best in over-the-counter relief for adults and your children. Reach owner pharmacist Jesse Rudd and his assistant pharmacist Megan Castle and their staff at 8 o'clock in the mornings or at 349-4400. A tire more than 25% low, about 8 pounds, makes you 3 times more likely, and worn-out tires 11 times more likely to be in a tire-related crash. Don't take your or their safety for granted. Come in for a free inspection, 6 months, no-interest financing, the best price and best selection at Conley Tire in Staffordsville. Stop by the seasonal shop for the 2 biggest events of the season and find all the help, gifts, and decor you need with baby and wedding registry, something extra special for the new arrival or that little one turning 1 or more, and wedding registry, ideas, and planning for everything from the ceremony to gifts to the home. And the seasonal shop also has thoughtful ways to honor memories of loved ones lost, with personal and gravesite decorations that they'll gladly deliver to our local funeral homes. Find something to cherish all your memories at Frazier's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Sayersville. Well, here's what's happening weather-wise. Getting ready to get in on a little more action there close to the 6:30 time frame, if it's really going to hit the ground, but a few more light showers scattered in variety. In the forecast tonight, those will be winding down right about now. It's going to be the last little batch I'm hopeful that will hit us tonight. A muggy low of 72 degrees, followed by some more scattered showers and thunderstorms courtesy of a cold front. Tomorrow we'll see a 40% chance right now across the board with some partly sunny skies, highs back into the mid-80s. Right now, 85, partly sunny, a 40% chance of showers. Your Friday football forecast, you'll see a chance of showers and storms in there, but that's early. I'm thinking partly cloudy and 66 for nighttime lows. Should be a great Friday night and a picture-perfect, mostly sunny 84-degree day for Community Day. And right now, we're still holding on to, specifically in eastern Kentucky, a really nice eclipse forecast as well on Monday. That's going to wrap it up for Wednesday. Plans already in the works for tomorrow's show, and as is always the case, there's always going to be something here that you will not find anywhere else. So for now, enjoy your Wednesday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for another show. Good night, and thanks for watching.